A group in Winnipeg wants to see police frontline staff, between 80 to 90 people who have not gotten their COVID-19 vaccines, to hand in their badges or pass cards, calling on the Winnipeg Police Service to terminate those who are unwilling to get their shots against COVID-19. Winnipeg Police Cause Harm, a police abolishment group, says the fact that WPS is unable to get its entire staff vaccinated is a failure. The WPS's inability to ensure all of its members are committed to the most basic act of community safety during this pandemic, while claiming to, quote, serve and protect, end quote, is yet another example of how they fail to do their job. This isn't the first time the group has felt police have put people at risk during the pandemic. In 2020, WPS officer Patrol Sergeant Kevin Smith was captured on camera issuing a ticket after he was asked why he wasn't wearing a mask. The group saying, "We're once again witnessing their failure to protect our city while we enter a fourth wave of the pandemic. It is not only shameful, it also has potentially lethal consequences." Professor of Community Health and Epidemiology Dr. Corey Neudorf says with the arrival of COVID-19 variants, it's important for the masses to get vaccinated, especially frontline staff.
Unless you have one of the rare medical conditions that suggests you can't be immunized, it's everyone's responsibility to do what you can to increase immunity to a level where we can stop this pandemic.
Neudorf says even a few unvaccinated people in an organization like police can result in breakthrough infections, putting both the public and service resources at risk.
They're a limited commodity. We have only a certain number of police officers, often hearing about the fact that we don't have enough. If we then have a large number of unimmunized police officers, you then run the risk of outbreaks within the police service.
Law enforcement lead Police Chief Danny Smythe said those who are not vaccinated will be subjected to tests 3 times a week, and if they refuse that, they'll be out of the workplace.
It would be non-disciplinary, but it would be without pay.
He's advising members who are hesitant about the vaccine to speak with their family doctor and get educated.
We certainly respect the right that people may not want to be vaccinated, but I think we've taken steps to try to mitigate the risk, which includes testing. So there are options there.
City News reached out to the Winnipeg Police Service for comment about the calls for dismissal on Thursday and an update on how many officers have yet to be vaccinated. They did not grant us an interview, but issued this statement. The WPS is committed to a safe and healthy workplace for our members, and we extend that commitment of safety to the community we serve. Our policy surrounding vaccination and rapid testing in conjunction with the City of Winnipeg requires that members either submit valid QR codes or comply with rapid testing on a regular basis. Criminologist Irfan Chaudhry, who specializes in police accountability, agrees there should be levels and options for unvaccinated police officers and staff before being fired.
That's a fair route to be taking.
He says the calls for dismissal from Winnipeg Police Cause Harm may be a symptom of community members not trusting and feeling there's a lack of transparency and accountability from police. However, he says it does raise interesting questions about whether or not officers can maintain their code of ethics without a vaccine, noting even if it was classified as a breach, would there be action?
I can't imagine any police governance body, even taking this argument on at the risk of impacting their membership, right? You'd have your unions involved, you'd have your associations involved, and we know when unions and associations get involved, the back of the officers are what's being protected first and foremost.
Chaudhry says it will be interesting to see if the WPS's approach changes as time moves on. It appears that there is more uptake when it comes to City of Winnipeg staff getting vaccinated, as the number of staff requiring regular testing has dropped from 350 to 257. However, the city's mayor is still cautioning the public to remain vigilant and to get vaccinated. In Winnipeg, Modjeski, City News.